We also have Julian Villarreal, who is running for state senate in District 26, which is Bexar County. And Julian, I'd want to put the same question to you. What do you feel like you would bring to the office that you're seeking?
Well, for starters, I think I would bring my perspective as a scientist, as someone who has worked in higher education here in Texas. I studied, taught, and worked in the University of Texas system, and the legislature is in charge of funding and setting education policy, not only for the university level, but for all levels. And I think we need folks in the legislature who have that lived experience. You know, I know firsthand what students in public universities here in Texas have to deal with, and the challenges that they bring. You know, they often excel despite very difficult circumstances, working full time, coming from immigrant backgrounds, low income, all sorts of backgrounds, and they need the support in order to succeed, in order to excel. I'm also a scientist, so I've seen a little bit of the research side as well, and you know, there is much need in the sciences here in Texas. And I think also I would bring a voice for folks who feel strongly about addressing climate change and all of the challenges that Texas is currently facing and will face. You know, in 2017, we had the catastrophic Hurricane Harvey that hit the Houston area. Here in San Antonio, you know, we buckled down and we thought it was going to hit us, but it didn't, you know. And in 2017, the legislature, the governor could have called a special session to deal with this $1 trillion catastrophe that hit Texas. He didn't. Hardly any member of the legislature called for action. And so we had to wait almost 2 years for the legislature to take any action. And all they did was, you know, some tailoring of water infrastructure, nowhere near what is needed to address the huge problem. You know, what Katia was mentioning as well. And so we really need more action there. Unfortunately, the Democrats in the legislature, they take the Republicans' lead. You know, they're dance partners, two-stepping in the wrong direction. And so we really need members of the legislature who are going to be a strong voice. And that's what I think I'll do.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you touched on some of those points, because it's really frightening how ineffectual our government seems to be when it comes to an emergency, and they just leave the people to fend for themselves, more or less. Everything is just so very short-sighted. And, you know, that's one thing that I think that the Greens have really proved with their platform over the years, that they're looking at the problems into the future. And I trust Greens to listen to scientists and people with technical knowledge and make better judgments about what's socially in our interest, you know, than obviously the parties that are leading us over a cliff. But so that's really